Hello everyone, welcome back to another card opening. This is Simon's Card Hoard. My name is Simon and today we are going to be opening a box of Flesh and Blood Uprising. So without further ado, let's dig right in. Not really looking for any specific cards. Of course, getting one of the Marvel cards would be quite nice. And once again we are greeted with those lovely paper boosters, so let's put them aside for now and let's start the opening. Now I don't remember the exact order, so let's keep them like this and be disappointed when we get to the rare cards. A healing balm, trade-in, quelling slippers, semblance. Yeah, so I need to remove quite a bit of cards. So let's count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. And then we have our foil. Okay, so we have a hit. Well, at least rarity wise. Once again, I'm sleeving up based on rarity. A majestic rare semblance. I actually think that's quite a good card for the Illusionist class. And we have a rainbow foil Oasis Respite, which I will also foil up because it's a red one. And it's not a bad card. And then we have all the other cards: Brain Freeze, Ice Bolt, Rake the Embers, Ember Moss, Senipie, Phoenix Flame, and the token. So 8 cards from the back. Let's remember that. And of course the token as well. On to our next pack. So let's put the token aside. Well, technically that's also a token. And then 8 cards from the back. And let's see what we get. Frosting, Lava Vein, Loyalty, Soaring Strike, an Ether Ashwing, Inflame, and we get Glacial Horns. Sift for our first rare, Mounting Anger for the second rare, and a rainbow foil Ember Moss Senipie. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Always eager to learn new things. So token aside. 4 and another 4. A Singe. Brand with Cinderclaw. Soaring Strike, Sweeping Blow. We have an Icelander. Brothers in Arms. Tide Flippers. A Dampen for our first rare. And a Rapid Reflex for our second. And our rainbow foil in this pack is Quelling Slippers. Quite nice. On to the next pack we go. That's probably a cracked bauble. Or it is a Phoenix Fire. 4 tokens. So 4. And 4. Oh, I already see a double-faced card. Spoilers. Brand with Cinderclaw, Lava Vein, Loyalty, Dune, Breaker, Senipie, an Icelander again, Blaze Headlong. We have Heatwave for our common equipment, Strategic Planning for our first rare, and an Invike Chromai as our rare. And that's also a double-faced card then. And for our rainbow foil we have a Brothers in Arms, which looks quite nice. And the next pack. Once again, put the token aside. Brain Freeze. Brand with Cinderclaw. Red version, very good. Rebellious Rush, Ronin Renegade, Trade in a Silken Form, Rise from the Ashes is our first rare. Succumb to Winter as the second rare. And we have lovely art, a rainbow foil rewind. So let me sleeve that up. Very carefully. And move on to the next one. Token aside, and then 8 to the front. Once again, there was a double-faced card. Nobody saw that. We have an Ice Bolt. We have a Sand Cover, Rake the Embers, Phoenix Flame, Sigil of Protection, twice, 1 red, 1 blue. We have Ice Eternal as our first rare. We have Invoke Atzvolai as our second rare, and that's also the double-faced card. And we have a Blue Frosting as our rainbow foil. On to the next one. So token aside, and then 4 to 8 to the front. An Icebind, Eva Hail, Ronin Renegade, Cinderskin Devotion. We have an Arctic Incarceration, a Blaze Headlong, a Conduit of Frostburns for our common equipment. Our first rare is a Transmogrify, and our second is a Fiendal's Fighting Spirit, unfortunately not the tunic. And we have a lovely Spellfire Cloak as a rainbow foil. Let's dig into the next one. Once again, remove the token. We could maybe also remove that one, but I'm keeping that the way it is. Once again, we were spoiled. There's a double-faced card. So let's see. An Ether Dot, very nice, very lovely art. Polar Cap, Billowing Mirage, Skittering Sands, an Ether Ashwing, that's the token, yep. We have an Arctic Incarceration again, Sash of Sandikai for our common equipment. Our first rare is with a Sigil of Permafrost, and then we have an Invoke Necria, which is the double-faced card. And trade in for our rainbow foil. Wonderful. On to the next pack. Once again, don't forget. Okay. We have a Read the Ripples, Sweeping Blow, Sand Cover, Rake the Embers. We have a Cold Foil Spellfire Cloak. Let's see if I can capture the foil effect better. I will sleeve that up, just in case. And we have a Healing Balm, Fiendal's Fighting Spirit for our rare, Double Strike as a Majestic, and an Ember Maw Cenipai in blue for our rainbow foil. So let me quickly grab some new sleeves and sleeve that one up as well. All right, and we continue. Once again. Okay. We have another Ether Dart, a Polar Cap, Sand Cover, a Dromai for the second token, Sigil of Protection, Cold Snap, Quelling Sleeves. We have Rapid Reflex as our first rare, mounting anger as our second one, and a rainbow foil healing balm in red. Quite nice effect. And on to the next one we go. Yeah, let's just remove both the tokens from now on. And we have an Ice Bind, a Skittering Sands in red, Sweeping Blow, Dust Up, Healing Balm, Sash of Sandikai, Strategic Planning red for our first rare, Freezing Point for a Majestic, and a Rainbow Foil Dust Up. So let's lift it up. Once again, I'm looking up most of the prices afterwards, because I know which cards are the highly expensive ones which need to be sleeved right away. But yeah, so let's put 2 aside and then 7 to the front. We have another Singe, Dust Runner Outlaw, Dust Up, Sweeping Blow, Brothers in Arms, Spellfire Cloak for our common equipment, Dampen for our first rare, Eisenhowl Weather Vane for the second rare, and a foil red, a rainbow foil to be exact, red Singe. Alright, on to the next pack. So 2 cards to the side and then 7 to the front. Already spoiled again. We have another double-faced card. Read the Ripples, Ether Hail, Rising Resentment, Lava Burst, Breaking Point, Sash of Sandikai again for our common equipment, Flex in red for our first rare, Invoke Atzvolai for our second rare, and an Arctic Incarceration in yellow as our rainbow foil. Not really anything super noteworthy so far, but there's still a few packs to go. Let's put those aside. Let's be a bit more careful so that we, well, it's kind of difficult. So yeah, an Aetherhail, Rebellious Rush, Dunebreaker Senipai, Embermore Senipai, Cold Snap, Scar for Scar, our common equipment, this time a Conduit of Frostburn, a Sift for our first rare, and an Invoke Midagai for our second rare, also a double-faced card. And we have a Sweeping Blow for our rainbow foil. Still a few packs to go. We can still hit something very nice, or maybe we don't. Let's see. 2 to the side and 3 to the front. Once again we were spoiled. A Frosting in red, Soaring Strike in red, an Aetherhail, Requiem, Scar for Scar, Arctic Incarceration, a Quelling Slippers for our common equipment, Rise from the Ashes as our first rare, Invoke Femei for our second rare, which is also a double-faced card. And a really nice foiling effect in my opinion. Let's see. Yes, there you can see it. A yellow Aetherhail. Very nice. On to the next one. So let's see what we can get after we of course put the tokens aside and move cards a bit around. Okay. Read the Ripples, Brand with Cinderclaw, Aetherhail, Sweeping Blow, Arctic Incarceration. We get Glacial Horns for our common equipment, Sigil of Permafrost as our first ray, Channel the Bleak Expanse as a Majestic, and a foil yellow Rise Rainbow foil once again, rise from the ashes. So let's leave up the majestic. And have a look at the next pack. Once again putting 2 aside and 3, 7 to the front. We have a rebellious rush, Ronin Renegade, Amber Maw Senipai, Arctic Incarceration, Sigil of Protection, Heatwave for our common equipment, Flex for our first rare, Ice and Howl Weathervane for our second, and for our third, and in rainbow foil, a Mounting Anger. Somebody's getting angry, I guess. Maybe it's me because I don't draw any marbles. So 2 to the side and 7 to the front. We have a Ronin Renegade, Brand with Cinder Claw, Lava Vein Loyalty, Oasis Respite, Tide Flippers for our common equipments, Rise from the Ashes as our first rare, Engulfing Flame Wave for our second, and a Healing Bomb, this time in blue, for our rainbow foil. Still is a nice effect. On to the next booster. Don't forget to remove the cards. We have an Icebind, Skittering Sands, Rake the Embers in red, Rising Resentment in blue, trade in. We have Silent Stilettos for our common equipment, Succumb to Winter as our first rare, a red Ice and Howl Weathervane as the second rare, and a Freezing Point in cold foil. What am I talking about? In rainbow foil, of course. So let's leave that one and move on to the next one. Two to the side and 7 to the front. We have a Brain Freeze, Billowing Mirage, an Ether Hail, Brothers in Arms, Oasis Respite, Silken Form, Rise Up, Uprising, which definitely gets leaved, and a Blaze Headlong for our rainbow foil in this pack. So let's leave that Uprising. Wonderful. And we are down to 4 packs. Maybe we get something really nice and shiny in one of the last packs. Let's see. So we have an Ice Bolt, Rake the Embers, Skittering Sands, Healing Bomb, Oasis Respite, Quelling Robe as our common equipment, Dampen as our first rare, Sigil of Permafrost as the second, and we have an Icebind as our rainbow foil. Lovely. Third pack of the 3 that we still have. That was no English. It's the first pack of the 3 that we still have. So let's see if we get something good. Dust Up, Billowing Mirage, Polar Cap, Searing Touch, a Quelling Robe as our common equipment, Transmogrify, our first rare, an Encase as our majestic here, and a, that's also a very nice effect, a Sigil of Permafrost red for our rainbow foil rare. Really nice effect. That's why I'm going to sleeve it as well. So let's leave that one as well. 2 left. Maybe we get something good in like the last one. Let's see if we're lucky. 2 to the side and 7 to the front. I can already see once again that we get something double-faced. Requiembers, Polar Cap, Rising Resentment, Scar for Scar, Silken Form as our common equipment, Fiendal's Fighting Spirit as our first rare, and an Invoke Kyloria as our second rare, which is also the double-faced card, and a Brain Freeze in Rainbow Foil. So, down to the last pack. Last pack magic, as the wise people say. Let's see if it applies to us. So 7 to the front. And we have a Ronin Renegade, Cinderskin Devotion, all in blue, Dustrunner Outlaw, Flameborn Retribution, Healing Bomb, Tide Flippers for our common equipment, a Flex for our first rare, and a Mounting Anger for our second rare, and we end the opening with a Sigil of Protection as Rainbow Foil, which is quite a nice effect. So this has been another card opening. If you liked what you saw, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, and I will be seeing you at the next one.